Okay, Katie, here is your assignment for this week. This is combining some of the things we talked about. I want you to be in front of a mirror and practice going between C and other notes and holding them for full 4 beats. Okay? Hold on. Okay, found my metronome. So while you're doing that, I want you to focus on never letting your fingers leave the keys. Okay, so I'm going to set my metronome. I have it set to 60. So we're going to hold the note for 4 counts. If you don't make it to 4, that's all right, but then take 4 beats to change notes and to breathe in and be ready for your next 4 beat note hold. Does that make sense? So right now I'm going to start with D to C and back to D. Okay, so I've got my D fingering, right? My thumb is on. I'm ready with my D, but I'm going to have my finger touching this key for C, even though I'm not pushing it. It's going to be touching it. Okay, so I'm going to take a breath, and then I'm going to hold for 4. Watching in the mirror, and ready, go. Take 4 beats. I'm going to open up to C. Take 4 beats. My fingers are in place, but I'm going to move them back to D without ever letting them leave the keys. Try that again. Move your fingers to C, but don't let the fingers leave the keys. Only leave the pressure. Okay, ready, and 1, 2, switching, go. Switch your fingers, breathe in deep. Switch your fingers, breathe in deep. You get the picture, right? So just do that, I don't know, maybe 4 times back and forth switch. So like 4 times on C, 4 times on D. C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D. Okay, then try F. So fingers in place for F. When I go to C, I'm going to lift these. These 3 fingers are coming up, and this one. So 4 fingers come up, right? F, C, F, C, F, C, F, C. But I'm not going to let them leave the keys. F, C, F, C. Can you see my thumb coming off? C, F, C. All right. So let's try that. Big breath, starting with F, looking in the mirror. Fingers off, breathe deep, and go. Squeeze your fingers for F, take a deep breath, and fingers off into C. Keep your fingers touching the keys. All right, then do the same thing with B flat to C. B flat and C. So the only two fingers are going to be moving, but have all your fingers in place here, okay? In particular, this one, right? So that we don't end up over here on this key. We want to make sure we're on the right key. So B flat. Make sure you don't let the fingers leave the keys. 4 beats. 2, breathe in deep. Switch your fingers to C. Don't let them leave the keys. Switch your fingers back to B flat. Don't let them leave the keys. Something like that, okay? So, set your metronome. It's 4 on, 4 off. 4 on, 4 off. Use those 4 beats off to take a big breath, to make sure your fingers are in the right place, and then blow for 4. So pick a note, any note. I recommend D, F, and B flat in particular, but You can do it with E flat also. That would be great. E flat to C. You can do that one also. Any note that you've learned. Just switch between C and B and the other note. Start on the other note because it's going to have more fingers down, whatever note it is. C has the least number of fingers down for you at this point. So start on the other note. Don't let your fingers come off the keys. Just release the pressure. Keep them in place. That's your challenge for this week. Okay? Try and work on that every day, holding for 4 beats, 60 beats per minute, and then also work on Cardiff by the Sea. Okay? Happy fluting.